their heart is stone now.
Love
and this
is
what all
life.
this killing is all about.
Love
That's
is
why
life.
war won't stop. Because
Love
we
is
can't
life.
find love.
And love is life.
Soulless people with no love in their heart.
Yes, it's a divine awakening. It's your time. It's either you wake up now or you stay asleep.
That's right.
Are being brought forth from the four corners of the earth. All the people who know the voice, they know which way to go. Because it is some massive amounts of killing going on.
It is.
So we have to know where there's killing, there's sorcery. So we have to prepare ourselves for those who use opposite forces called magic. These are conjurings and spells. And if we don't know how to defeat conjurings and spells through the word of the divine creator, then it just leave you in a place where you feel like you got nowhere to turn. And then when you got nowhere to turn, you get backed into a corner. And we don't want our people to get backed into a corner. So we need to understand our rights. We need to know our rights. And we need to stand for your rights. And those rights is part of what our divine instructions are. As we open our divine meeting in the name of the divine creator, Allah, Sufian, Ah. So it's going to be a 2-hour divine agenda. Our divine agenda is understanding Muhammad's Allah, to know thyself clearly. We'd like to thank all attendees. The goal is to strive for purity in life. We uncovered a lot of knowledge in these topics. Some of the previous knowledge was from God to Allah. Allah defined as defined in the Quran. Allah is not a God. These are things and recaps you can catch on the previous meetings that's located in the archives. The lives. As we just covered the brain. Question after great elder gave great sermon on the brain. There was a question about faith. So we're going to be perusing to find this answer. To see, can we understand what the 4-letter word F-A-T-E, not the F-A-I-T-H, faith, but the F-A-T-E, faith. So our last question, so what does Islam and Muhammad say about faith? So we're going to get some divine insight. See what the etymology of faith is coming up. We'll bring it right up.
Suggestion.
Yes, anything, any questions, any asks, we'll bring them up.
We're
going to start off.
Crystal clear. No doubt.
And we're going to start off with the etymology. At K.O.S, we start off with the etymology. Okay, and then I pulled up the etymology. We got faith.
Okay.
Okay, it's considered a noun.
A noun,
Mm-hmm.
a name, a person, place, or thing.
Mm-hmm. It's a predetermined course of life.
Oh, predetermined?
Mm-hmm. It's what it says. Predetermined course of life. Also, one's guiding spirit.
What you say? Guiding spirit.
One's guiding spirit.
Oh, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Power that
So
moves
now
destiny.
we're going to learn the mysterious of that definition that you just read.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because see, there's a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm.
When
That's
you talk
what we can
about
do.
guiding it, huh? And then predetermined. I'm going to let y'all hold it down. I guess we're going to say you. Okay.
The mystery of fate. There are countless verses in the Hadith confirming the predetermined nature of existence. Though I have covered this book, I would like to mention some of these verses in the Hadith. You cannot will unless Allah wills. Quran 76 and 30. While it is Allah who created you in all your doings. Quran 37:96. We have created everything with its written program. Qadar, faith. Quran 54:49. There is no living creature with by its forehead. Brain. The program of the brain by the name Al Quran. 11:56. Say everyone acts according to his creation program. Fifth clause. Quran 17:84. No calamity befalls you on your physical body and outer world, amongst yourselves, your inner world, that has not already been recorded in a book, formed in the dimension of knowledge, so we bring it into being. Indeed, for Allah.
Ooh, is that some powerful talk you just read, sister? That's some powerful talk, what you just read there now when you talk about.
And we always got to remember that this is high spiritual science.
Yeah, it is.
So this is higher self teachings. And so the higher self is letting us know it's formed in a greater dimension.
Sure.
This says before we came into being.
That's right.
We was formed in the dimension of knowledge. This is why you look the way you look. Right. This is called the dimension. It has an imagery. That's the image of yourself from your higher dimension. Where did the flesh get the blueprint from? This is what the instructions are in the seed. The DNA is in the seed, and once you plant the seed, it manifests. So the knowledge is equivalent to the seed. See, in our case earlier, the sperm and the egg. The sperm would be the seed. The seed is the instructions and the blueprint. Knowledge already in. Not hands going to work afterwards. It's already in. So just like it's in the seed, this divine knowledge is in self. You yourself got to be the one that bring it out for your own existence.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Inform you of this in order that you don't despair over your losses or exalt in pride over what we have given you. For Allah does not like the boastful and the arrogant. Quran 57, 22 and 23. Rasul of Allah said, saw regarding fate and predetermination are as follows. Muslim 2, 2653. Mary Amir and Ibn al said, I heard Rasul of Allah saw say, Allah wrote down the decrees of creation 50,000 years before the heavens and the earth.
Whee! So all you could think about, you know what came to my mind? It's the Bible, the book of Genesis in the Bible, what is described in the beginning. And it says, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. They ain't said 60,000 years before this point that you starting to begin your process. But the translator began his process. And but he didn't mention anything, or maybe he didn't.
And that's a great. Now, when we go into Genesis, God created. Now, that's an indication of a time frame of in the beginning.
That's right.
That in the beginning is maybe indicating those 50,000 years pre the creation of heaven and earth. Beginning,
Yeah.
that could be that 50,000 they were saying. You know, in this text.
But I'm willing to bet you that the interpreter thought this right here. That he was thinking just the beginning point right now. I guarantee you, he wasn't thinking about them 50,000 years before that was already predetermined. So see, when you hear the word beginning, in the beginning of what? Well, up in the created heaven and earth. So, but the translator thought he was going to manipulate. Maybe even some manipulation was taking place there. I'm going to wait for the sister to read on.
Pull out Sufian. They were typing in predetermined. They brought up Sufian 46 and shit.
Once. Yes, in our holy policy, Allah Sufar 46 choice.
Because I mean, we are talking about it's coming from the Quran.
I'm looking
Some cool point.
So we're saying, you know, that what we have here is before.
even before the Quran.
That's right. I'm glad you pointed that out right there. That's
right.
Right on.
So yes, that's why, or what you're saying, the our people have been fooled, including myself. Why I'm not here to boast or, like you said, be arrogant. It's just to speak truth. I was born not knowing, so it's nothing to understand that you didn't know. So when it comes to knowing, I know I didn't write the Bible. So understanding that, it gives you a reason as a standpoint to find out what's going on. So the Bible and the Quran has been given to the masses of the people.
Beautiful. That's right. That's true.
As a form of liberation.
That's right.
And it's been a religious reformation of something ancient that they hiding from the people. And this is why the Sufian has not been revealed until K.O.S. Because this is what the original source to the Quran, the Bible, the Torah, and the Kabbalah. So nothing pre-exists these time periods of right knowledge. Our whole time period has been cascaded by false information where you can no longer embed in truth. And we at a time right now that you got to know what you. And if you don't know what self is, you got to understand you just don't know what self is. That's not a bad or good thing. But learn what self is. This is an experience to find out truth that was covered for all of us to never find. All we needed was one to find it.
That's right.
And bring it to the surface so all can be free and all can have their mind, spirit, and body re-purified.
Beautiful.
Views of what God is this, what God is that, what is this, and what is that. So we have to bring these texts on the record to show the public that all these texts have a meaning behind them. But all these texts is not the original text. Original text, and now you go into these texts that we see all the parallels. And the parallels are divine. And now that we have our divine for the whole humanity, there's nothing left out for you, me, our children, and our future prosperity. We can fix our situation. We can fix our own communities. We can fix neighborhoods by understanding what's inside of these teachings have been hidden from us by the priestcraft. The priesthood is the people who hid this from us to this day. Your rulers use this knowledge called the divine rule of law.
That's right.
So if we don't understand that, that is what the Pope is ruling from. That is what your mayor is ruling from. That is what your governor is ruling from. Any place, any authority that has a sanction ability and a way to make laws, policies, and ordinances, these are systems that was used that was remodified to fit their agenda and to now take the people away from truth and controlling their own fate. Because as we finna point out in the holy divine policy of the Illah Sufiana, Su 546:15, this is what it tells us. It tells us, number 15 says, verily, nothing is predetermined within the. Now, the other book say this. The other book says there is a determined nation. That you, don't matter what you do, what you did is already predetermined. And that's absolutely wrong. So how many of the concept of predetermined, that it's predetermined that you go to heaven. It's predetermined that you go. These are predeterminations, y'all. Yeah. No one even knows your future, your next word, your next thought. Yeah.
That's right.
Choice is one of the gifts that not good. Nobody knows. That's
So how could it be predetermined? See, and this is why we got to track the translators.
Yes, that's what we on this credit. That's
just that way.
Oh, that's a yeah. What? We was on predetermined. I pulled up pre. Okay. Sufa 46. The choice, because we dealing with predetermination
that's right.
and comparison with the choice.
That's right.
1. Oh, you who believe, let it be said. Sabura. That means the choice. The patient. So signifying to us, choice means timeless.
You say timeless?
Timeless. Not bound in 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Already predetermined.
Or already predetermined.
I don't mind slipping that in.
Let's do it.
No.
Hey,
Don't say like listening now.
yeah.
Don't think I ain't listening.
That's what I
The
love.
ones on the internet land might not be listening.
That's what I love. So that's not in a 24/7 period. This is out of time, out of the circles of time. And this is the 41st name of Allah.
Spell that Asabara.
A-S-S-A.
A-S. S again.
S-A.
A-S-S-A.
B-U.
B-U.
And R.
R. No A.
Not in spelling.
Okay. And Asabara means choice. What number that was? That was what?
46.
46.
Sufa. Yep. Sufa 46.
And what verse?
41st.
43.
The infinite, the unique, the all-knowing. In regards to choice, the left or the right, the up or the down, the day or the night, to leaving or remaining, to giving or taking, the good or the bad, the honor or dishonor, the discipline or lack of it.
Look at it.
All are manifestations of choice. We just learned a great deal.
They like to call that character. This day and time now. I just got to say it.
That's a good point.
The code of truth already been given to us.
It's already here.
Y'all don't mean no harm.
This is what the Babylonian priests could hid from us by making them the languages.
We can't let them get away. We cannot let them get away.
Oh, they caught in a bag. But it got to spread through devices they created. So if the people ain't backing it, it ain't gonna spread. And see, because the universe works by sharing. And if we don't share these powerful messages of the meetings for the whole entire humanity, at K.O.S, these messages is for the humanity.
That's right. That's correct.
This is the global community of the entire humanity.
Right on.
When divine means total collection. So when this is the divine mind meeting, we talking about all of existence. So everything in existence is included,
Right on.
and all are equal.
Right on.
So as you hear these wisdoms and teachings, you should be asking, how can I get this? Because you need this as a physical, but most importantly, you need it in your being. Because how many of us now are moving with the choice of dishonor? If we're not moving like our ancestors moved, that was righteous, wise, and then that's dishonor. They noble way for all humanity to succeed in life.
Sure did.
Now the crook came in and
Yes, indeed.
exploited our treasures
Mm-hmm.
and sold it back to us.
Yeah.
So he can get have been lied to.
Mm-hmm.
From Santa Claus
Ooh-wee.
to the cause of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
The clauses of Jesus have confused people because they have been retranslated from evil hands. Evil hands, the corrupted is in. So telling you that predetermination, when nothing is predetermined, that's called the inversal. They reverse the truth.
That's right.
That nothing is absolute, and then they make a truth and reverse it and says that predetermined nation is already predetermined. This is dealing with matters of.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And it says with choice, or did we catch that repeating? The left or the right?
Yeah.
You can't do both at the same time.
That's right.
You can't make two choices.
You can't turn left
That's
and right
opposing
at the same time.
at the same time.
That's right. That's about like that two masters. See,
That's where it's coming from.
you can't serve two masters. See, and this the purpose of us knowing, so we'll know whether we on the right track or not. See?
That's what everybody should want to know.
That's right.
If they on the right track.
Oh yeah. I like to say this before Shay start by me. You read about all are equal. Well, all the way around the world, this is what they done to the feminine part, the woman. Mm-hmm. She wasn't equal. Everybody picked up that pattern and treated the woman like that throughout the world, because you got some places where the woman can't do this and the woman can't do that. And over here in America, they got it so bad she can't even speak in the house of the law of God. I don't know, excuse me for using that word God, because that. But in the temples, in the house, wherever she may be, she can't even speak. Ain't that a shame? And I want to be, for the record,
all are manifestations of choice. Oh yeah, and this is important. Verily, it is our choice.
See that?
Our choice. Me, you, everybody.
Right now.
Our to believe in Allah.
Mm-hmm.
See, isn't that a beautiful choice right there?
Yeah, that's beautiful. Choice. There you go.
The Bible, you getting force.
That's right.
And so understand is the God of the Bible, Allah. Because if the God of the Bible is not Allah, then we know now concurrently who that God would be. And we know Allah the whole Bible. Not in clear words as we read the words. You gotta decipher it.
Yeah.
You gotta know language.
Yeah.
Well, right here is clear cut and raw. And this text pre-exists the Bible and the Quran. See, and this is very important, the time period that we all received this after Christ have walked the earth. So the text should reflect a harmonizing cosmic effect through the whole boundless universe. See, and this is not offered to us through the books. Books are shutting us down out of a true reality and giving us to give ourselves up to a false reality.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's why I want to say this when he was saying by force. Look what the market they have today. Look what they have. That's a force that our people today are victimized by their system, what they call democracy, and this is not our free will. We didn't set up none of this system that's going on. We didn't set it up. Our ancestors didn't set it up. So who set it up? Be on it and be there. So it's time for us to come out of the system. Hear the flow.
It is. Because this is what the people have been failed to get by. Now that the instructions are here, it's like what Noble Jew Ali said, you are forgiven from all your sins because you did not know. Now, with the Sufian, you know. Choice. And that relates to what the beautiful voice was saying to us earlier about the form of knowledge being the form of your creation before you came into being. So you pre knowledge. And now Allah is not asking you to give up your choice or your belief at all. Allah is saying you are free. You are free to do. Even Allah says it's your choice to believe in Him, me, Allah, whatever you associate that as. Number 10, it is our choice to obey or disobey His clear commandments. See, and then in the book called the New Testament, they tell you the law is dead. So how can you follow the law if the law is dead?
Yeah, that's right.
See, and these are con man tricks. I know we all should be familiar with the con man. These are con man schemes. Number 11 said it is our choice. Yours and mine. Our choice to wake up or remain asleep. It is your own conduct which will lead you to reward or punishment as if you had been destined. That falls in sync with predestined. So,
yeah. Boy, that's beautiful what you just read.
That the conduct, our own actions is the destiny. What determines your destiny?
That's right.
A book.
That's right.
You have been born with this. You yourself are not responsible for those actions.
Right on.
They have had them pointing to other things outside of themselves for so long.
Yeah.
You see, and this is why we have to understand we've been lied to.
Yeah. That's it. Bottom line.
14, therefore be persistent in good actions.
What you say?
Wouldn't that make sense now?
Be persistent in good action. You told me that. Man, that's data.
When you have a clear understanding of what you are supposed to do, this is why they made your self-knowledge foggy. So you will be confused in actions. Therefore clouding your own destiny. And you believe something exteriorly and externally is going to take you to your destination. The universe is spiritual. And everything spiritual is physical. If so, we wouldn't have this opportunity. And even the Creator tells you, believe in me or not. Do you know what that is saying and how powerful of saying that you are free? So if, as the Creator said you are free, then you got no right to be bounded by anything, any man, any woman, any false spirit, false gods, lessers at all.
Right on.
The greater is telling you, you can be me or not with your choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not saying this is forced upon you like I'm your only begotten son, and if you believe in me, you shall have everlasting life.
Yeah, no, that's forced on.
See, that's forcing you.
Yeah.
See, and the translators know these.
Yeah.
These ain't no dummies sitting here writing. These was ancient scribes of evil. You had the scribes, then you had the priests. And so these is how these false scriptures get out through the scribes. How the teachers get out is through the preacher or the priest.
Yeah.
And so any high-ranking society member, they are under the craft of a secret called a master mason. That is a priestcraft. A priestcraft is what has been holding us back. Because the priesthood from Babylon have said and distorted meanings of the soul, which has caused tearing a midline in the flesh and separating the flesh into halves. And this is how we mend ourselves back together through choice. Cure yourself, or you have a choice to kill and peel yourself to death.
I'm glad you said that. Kill yourself to death.
Now check this out. Back to our original, be persistent in good actions. 15, nothing is predetermined within the universe. If predetermined be so, then no will would Allah possess. This is the point of showing you God didn't have will, you wouldn't have will.
Right on.
So this is why you should have the will to choose whatever choice you want as your destiny. You gotta write your name, not that your name is already in it. You gotta persistently with your actions
you better him.
walk in that way to get your book, no name in the book of life.
Choices.
Thus, the tricky Persian seeks to dash hope upon the rocks of absolutes. And see, I take offense. No, I take super offense to manipulation.
Me too. I don't like it.
Because there's no need for anyone to manipulate anyone. When you don't know your true power,
That's right.
this is what leads you to manipulativeness. And this has gotten men and women in a world of regrets, wishing they. And it's because of these Persians. These Persians are the ones who put this phrase in here in the Quran that we're reading about.
Yeah.
See, they'll take these words out of the Sufian, and they priest and they scribe will rewrite it.
Yep.
And reform it. So we have to understand that this is a process. And this is why God's ain't making sense. And people can't even explain God. Because it's all imaginary. How could you make sense out of something that's false? So as a word, it exists. So you better understand the meaning behind the word. Because it says that the Persian seeks to draw hope upon the rocks. Remember, I build my church on this rock. Cleverness. So if you're not a deep engager of study, you have already been cleaved to the lie. Set up rocks for rocks of absolutes. Believe in Jesus Christ and you shall have everlasting life. Pray in Jesus' name and you shall be saved.
Yeah.
These are rocks of absolutes. Go to the church. The church. I built my church on this rock. Rock of absolute, the church. And see, all these are decoys, disguise, entrapments, or as the Bible says, snares by the enemy for his enemy. What does the enemy not need you to know? He needs you to not know yourself. When you don't know yourself, you don't know your right. You don't know what you have. You don't know what. And so that means, AKA, y'all know that we've been having a whole colonies of anti-our kind come over here and start a big land grab.
Yeah.
And y'all know this all began through the Bible.
That's right.
And we should all know that the same people that gave us the Bible, on the Bible, watch this year coming in. If y'all let it go this far, where you believe in a president and not Allah, then you're going to see them swear in on a Bible. And that's going to be the rock of absolute. And you must know you made a choice. A choice to go to the righteous, and you got the choice to go to the. When you cast your vote, when you speak their names, you are choosing the wicked. And these are consistable with way to choose these certain type of actions. So y'all think they gonna make a policy better than the divine creator who already made the universe.
Right. Yeah.
And you see order in the universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can be tricked out of your boots, untied, snatched out of the boots, snatched out your boots and socks, which is your soul and spirit. And you can be taken on a ride because we don't know the necessities that we should have as our own necessities. Now, why do they create rocks of absolutes? This is important. 18, to deny our ability to determine our own destiny. So in societal terms, exist to determine your destiny. This is why you are still poor. You are voting for people that's determining to keep you poor.
Deny that.
In the name of God.
That's right. Now who can deny that?
And so we can return back to our other instructions. We're going to read 19 and 20. Everything in the universe that the Creator created is based upon murder as well as experiences.
See that?
So we must say we have experienced genocide. We have adulterers,
yes,
extortioners,
yes, indeed.
Thieves.
Yes, indeed.
We have learned that these people have set up institutions
Beautiful.
of learning, selling, and buying our resources that belongs to us.
Beautiful. True.
Below of your feet is every creator Allah has gave for you and me. For all of us to never suffer, to never feel, to always have a helping hand close by. Divine assistance is near. But we have to love knowledge because this is which Allah created you, me, all of the humanity that's on the good foot, let's say, carrying out the good actions. We are the ones holding up the world right now.
Yes.
Because the world is falling.
Allah is falling, London Bridge is falling down.
But the upright is upholding the world. So this is what we want to connect to, the last one. So to deny learning is to deny your purpose of existence and to deny your being of existence. That's how important learning of false learning, giving us domestication. Education is self-knowledge. Education is anti-self-knowledge.
50,000 years. What?
So you have to go right phone, touch screen.
You stopped at 50,000 years. That paragraph. And the next one is Moses narrated. You know, while she's looking for that, I want to say this here. Yet we stand by and allow our people here in school. Ain't that a shame? Right now, right there in Florida, those Governor Sanchez don't want to learn about their history. How can we allow one man, I don't care if he called a governor, to stand by and allow them to do that? Go ahead, sister.
It says,
Uh, peace and love. It was very important. Sometimes I get unclear on people, clear on myself, but people I'm very unclear on. I don't know our struggles, and I don't know if you even know your own struggles. Why we cannot understand your higher self? Is anyone focused on anything greater than just physicality? I understand if you below 20 years of age and listen, it's growth and development. 30 years old, you should be more sophisticated your well in your well-being. And we have to understand that nobody got to do anything. As it's saying, nothing is absolute, is what I live by. Meaning that any meat don't have to be. This is by divine will. You on your own in this world. I found out the hard. No one is going to come to your 911 rescue when it comes to your inner self. There's no 911 call. When we don't take yourself serious, then you can't expect someone else to take you serious. So just in truth, anyone that's in a higher seat will never take black folks serious. You don't take yourself serious. You don't want to take self-responsibility into knowledge of self. Acknowledging your weaknesses, you lied, acknowledging where you made faults at, cleaning yourself up to strive for purity in life. We have become associated debates and unconscious, and it's reaching a point of increasing, and it's passing down to younger generations. The older people are at fault.
Right on.
You cannot erase that.
That's right.
Older people have let this situation up. So you're going to be old one day. And if you don't do it within your time, it's going to be the same recurring cycle. So as one of we have to understand when divinity is present, because it's not going to be around forever. It got better things to do. we need to understand, why do you have study sessions, study meetings, self-questioning, self-inquiry? Because this book's for you, not for me. You would not know these things if somebody do not bring them forth into your attention. Because if you're not seeking yourself, then you better thank the Creator for someone who is seeking to come and share. Because sharing is how everything works in this universe. So we have to understand, we are losing a spiritual battle. We are distracted by distractors, and we don't have much time left in the sense of your life. People are attacking you psychologically. People are attacking you biologically. Sitting at the corner, ready to be picked up by any belief, wind of doctrine, and anything. You are at your most vulnerable state right now. And everybody in the higher world knows this. And if you don't wake up from the moon light and come into the sunlight, see the glory that has been given to you. That no matter the encounters in your life, what you have encountered in life, those encounters was for you to spiritually to see yourself, who you are. These adversities was for you to know who you are in those extremely pressuring times. This is what these teachers are for. It's to squeeze out the wickedness and to purify and live in this. The concepts that is being given from books, you have to take your time and read letter by letter, line by line, to understand, because your whole world is built off language models. Instantly, if you say I'm mad at something, you become mad at something. Instantly, you say I want that, you want that. This is because the language model is the creation, and we don't understand. We have to be very careful and very mindful of the time that we in. Beautiful souls ain't finna be here forever, because there's more beautiful places than people not listening, being ignorant to the teachings and understand. And if we don't understand, this is why things are taken away from you. And if you don't want to be one of the ones that good things are taken away from, then walk.
Yamani said, I saw saying, everything is by decree. So whilst at it, I heard Abdullah Abin Imam say that Rasulullah said, everything is by decree, even incapacity and ability. Narrated by Abdul R.A. Rasulullah said, Adam and Moses argued with each other. Moses said to Adam, you are Adam, whom Allah created with his own hands and blew into him, his own hands and blew into from his spirit. Yet your mistake expelled us from paradise. Adam said to him, you are Moses, whom Allah as a Rasul, and to whom he spoke directly for a thing which had already been written in my fate before my creation.
Say now.
Yeah. Look at him. Go. That's right.
See, me, I'm a professional at sniffing out a lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I wouldn't care about what someone is saying.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be scriptural.
Right.
If you can't sense a lie, then you will be lied to.
Mm-hmm.
If we just read that nothing is absolute, see, this is what people don't want to make. You got to make the choice of either knowledge,
yeah,
or your belief.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you receive knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and what you and then someone try to come change what you know and what you know to be true. This is what the war is. Y'all don't understand. You would, and I hope y'all do understand that death is the end of life.
Sure is.
See, y'all been told fairy tales about heaven and hell. You think you're gonna go somewhere after life. Man, this stuff is determined by this life. This is why it's reading the saying, yet you blame me for a thing which I had already been written in my fate before my creation. So in one way, they want the reader to perceive that they talking about determination.
Yeah. Thinking about that.
But an adept know that's not true. Talking about knowledge before creation. See, if you have knowledge, you can determine where you're going. How you gonna get to heaven and you ain't even studied heaven? You don't know what heaven is. You don't know what it's made of. You don't know what it looked like. You don't know what it is. You don't know where it is. These things are actualities. And you don't ask yourself these questions. I ask myself these questions. This is why I can tell you answers. I don't believe books. I read them.
Yeah.
Just like I read people. So I'm talking about understanding between the lines. They already led you astray. You don't have no understanding of scriptures. I know anyone, if you ain't sat and read these scriptures over 10 years, what this stuff is even talking about. This stuff takes study upon study upon study. You don't get $1 million over a day. So you ain't finna get pre-knowledge overnight. And if you don't treat yourself like a, you definitely fall away from it. So it's people here trying to hijack your mind.
That's correct.
So we have to read and know carefully, because some people who just tuning in today don't know we covered all these teachings already, and we have the main teaching. But we got to go through the wrong so you can see the right.
There you go.
If you just get the right in the world that's just been wrong, even is right.
Yeah.
This how the state that we in. We're in a terrible state of we don't know what it is.
Right on. I like to ask this question on the Adam and Moses arguing with each other. When we look at time zone in a certain time, Adam and Moses went face to face. But see, he's trying to tell you something. This thing is deep.
Good point. That's how we have to know it. Two
We
different times.
know, Shay, we know Adam and Moses were not. If you go back, the translator didn't get it right. And then we found out that they can steal and get it back.
It's your choice. It's choice makes a determination. Way down the line.
Yes. Yes.
You don't have to be that generation to feel a choice.
There you
That's
go.
made.
Well,
That's why you gotta take responsibility now.
beautiful.
For accountability.
Beautiful. Yes.
The law said twice. So Adam evidently prevailed over Moses. Shot, shot. Bakari, book 55, idea 16. Abdullah said, Shaki, the confined, is one who is in his mother's womb, and the fortunate one is he who takes lessons from others' to Huzafa and explains it to him, asking, how can someone be a sinner in his mother's womb when he hasn't even done it? That's great
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. See, I always have had that in the back of my mind. That question right there has always been in the back. How can a child be already confined to get to his child? And they preach this from the pulpit, y'all, today. They preaching this today.
Why does this surprise you? I heard Rasulullah say, 42 days upon Allah appoints an angel to the womb. This angel shapes the child and gives it eyes, ears. What should the gender of this child be? The gender, the angel reports it. Then the angel asks, O Allah, how long should this child's lifespan be? Allah ordains the lifespan, the angel records it. Then the angel asks, O Allah, about its substance. Again, Allah ordains as He wishes, the angel records it. Then the angel comes forth with each in his hand, having not added nor subtracted anything from it other than what Allah has ordained. Anas Rasulullah said, before I get that, they basically saying he was pre-written. So it's already pre-written that you've seen it before you came out of the womb. That's why you are saying.
Well, we can verify. That's a generational curse.
Mm-hmm.
Allah appoints an angel to every womb, and the angel says, O Ra, O Ra, a piece of flesh. And then, if Allah wishes to complete the child's creation, the angel will say, O Ra, a male or a female, O Ra, rich or blessed in religion. What will his livelihood be? What will his age be? The angel writes all this while the child is in the womb of his life. So the child doesn't have to choose. Ali reported that one day Rasulullah was sitting with a twig in his hand and he was scratching the ground. Suddenly he raised his head and said, there is not one among who has not been allotted his seat in paradise or there. O Rasulullah, then why struggle? Why not let everything go and submit? Thereupon he said, no, do perform good deeds, for everyone is facilitated in that for which he has been created. Then he recited this verse. As for he who gives to the needy and seeks refuge in Allah and confirms the word of unity, we will facilitate him toward paradise. But as for he who withholds and considers himself free of need and denies the word of unity, he, we will facilitate him toward paradise.
And so, as you see, recurring themes from the Bible is recurring in the Quran. See, and this understand both books.
Yeah.
So, for those who Quran and will not get to it, these are excerpts from the Quran.
That's right.
And so, a little insight that both books are talking about hell and heaven, and that people going there. And see, this ain't never been by the original text. These are Persian versions and African versions. Persian from the Quran, African from the Bible. This is the origin of those two books, of where they came from.
Jabir reported that Sufian B. Malik B. Jushuan came and said, Allah's Rasul explained to us in a way as if we had been created deeds, we have been predetermined and written. Or is it our doing that determines? Thereupon he said, everything has been predetermined and written.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Not so good.
Now, suppose somebody pretty look and you turn to say, we're going to line up being similar and you, but you don't line up being that. Huh? Because what? You chose your choice. See? And they preach that from the pulpit, born sinner. You're going to die sinner. And they preach that from the pulpit. Heaven and angels.
Things he's talking about.
Samantha said, if it is so, then what is it? Rasul said, act, so everyone is facilitated what he intends to do. He who does good is facilitated towards the good. Tyranny, narrative. Umar asks, O Rasulullah, what do you say? Are our activities created as we engage in them? Or have they already been predestined? Rasulullah saw answer, O Khattab, son, everyone is facilitated to carry out that which has been predestined for him. He who is from the good will strive for the good, and he who is from the bad will strive for the bad. Imran B. Hussein said, two people from the Husaniya tribe, came to Rasulullah and asked, O Rasulullah, where are the activities we partook in? Were all the activities we partook in today predestined and written before we carried them out? or were they determined and recorded after the character? Rasulallah said, no, everything has been predestined and preordained. The verse in the book of the exalted Allah confirms this. The self in the one who orders, fashions, guides the self, and shows the self how to do good and bad. Quran 91, 7 and 8. Relation to that question, that to the self and the one who orders, fashions, guides the self, and shows the self how to do good and bad. What was that? Previous.
Right. See, that would be the true answer. Right. This way to attack anything, is this a lie or is this true?
Yeah.
That's what I said. I done been through all these books. I done heard more words than people can say. And so you're gonna always hear words. You gotta know what they coming from, you gotta know what they are.
The meaning and everything.
And so that's why I encourage, if you know divine, you won't never be tricked in your life.
There you go. Such in their language, they can really put it on you.
That's what I'm trying to be fair with.
You don't know it and can't speak it either. And look how tricky English is. I mean, you talking about playing somebody. You can take English and play.
Yeah, play.
Two and two, T-O-O, and then you the number two. So when you talking about numbers, then you using these words and say, I'm just breaking it. And if you ain't into, and come on, you know, that's I'm that shit.
Abdul Wahid Marriage. I came from Mecca and met with Atah bin Abi Raham and asked, O Abdul Muhammad, the people in Bas. Atah said, no. Yes, I replied. Then recite chapter Al-Zurah, he said. I began to recite, Hamim, by the clear book, indeed, we have made it, an Arabic Quran, so that you might understand. And indeed, it is in the mother of books, in our presence, high in dignity and full of wisdom. Quran 43, 1 and 4. Languages.
Have made it and so that you might know.
Atta asked, do you know what the mother of books is? Allah and his Rasul know better, I said. Atta continued, it is the book that Allah wrote before he created the heavens and the earth. In it, it writes about the Pharaoh and that he is of the people of Pharaoh. And in it, there is the verse, may the hands of Abdul Lahab be moved. Atta said, I met Al-Walid, the son of Ubadiah bin As-Samit, the commander Rasulullah saw and asked him, what was father's admonition when he died. He said, he called me and said, "Oh my son, be wary of Allah, and know that you can never heed Allah, Allah, and you believe in Al Qadar. All of it is good and is bad. If you die upon a belief other than this, you will go to hell." And we just read the choice. Indeed, I heard Rasulullah saying, "Verily, the first of what Allah created was the pen." Then he said to it, "Write." It said, "What should I write?" The pen. Qadar, until eternity. Abdullah bin Beruz Abdellah says, "I came to Ubay bin Ka'ab and said, my mind is confused regarding the topic of faith. Tell me something by which Allah will remove the doubt and confusion." Ubay replied, "If Allah were to torment everything on the earth and in the heavens, He would not be cruel. His mercy, Rahman, His mercy is sufficient than their current activity. Behold, in the name of Allah, as great as the mountain you do, yet you do not believe in destiny, and you do not believe that whatever is decreed to afflict you will inevitably afflict you, and whatever is decreed not to will never afflict you. Allah will not accept your benefactor. If you die from a belief other than this, you will get Abdul Abdullah Gaylani says, "Then I went to Abdullah B. Masood, and he told the same thing. Then I went to Hudayfa B. Yaman, and he told the same thing. Then I went to Sahih B. Sa'id, and he also narrated the same thing from Rasulullah. Abdullah B. narrates, I heard Rasulullah say, verily, Allah created everything in darkness first, then He radiated His mirror, the light of knowledge, that is the source, the essence upon them. Those who took their share of this were rightly guided, and those who were deprived of this mirror deviated from the right path. This is why I say the ink with which Allah's knowledge written has dried. That is, everything has already been predetermined and destined. There is nothing more to learn." Abdul Quraran narrates, one day as we were engaged in an argument about faith and destiny, Rasulullah came over. He got so angry that his cheeks went red, as though pomegranate juice had spilled on them. He said, "Is this what you have been ordered with? Is this what I have been sent to you for?" When the people who came before you argued over matters of faith, they were destroyed. This I swear to you, that you may not argue with me. I swear to you. Jabir narrates, Rasulullah said, One is not considered to have faith if he does not believe in faith. So you can't have faith if you don't believe in faith. When all is good and bad, and if he does not believe that what is destined to be will be, and what is destined not to be will never be. 8. Rasulullah Shaw said, there are 6 people, Adam, who Allah in every class Rasulullah also damns. They are those who add things to Allah's book, those who do not confirm the reality of the pious ones whom Allah honors, those who engage in forbidden acts in the haram of liquor, those who do wrong by my family and abandon my practices. The rules are being extend my lifespan to my husband Muhammad, father Abdul Su,
Sufian.
and my brother Moon Lee. Whereupon Rasulullah said, you asked Allah for something in regards to predetermined lifespan, compulsory matters, and predestined livelihood, all of which are fixed and not subject to change. Had you prayed for salvation from the torments of the grave and hellfire instead, it would have been more beneficial for you. How was predetermined? What would change? Upon this, a man asked, O Rasulullah, are these and swine, the monkey and swine that have been transformed from the human state as a punishment? Rasulullah sought answer. His people whose lineage continues after Allah. These monkeys and swine are the monkeys and swine that existed in the past. Khalid al-Fazari said, Hassan Basari was asking for the earth. Hassan Basari replied, for the earth, I asked, and what if he had eaten from the forbidden tree? Impossibility. He had to eat as this was predestined. I said, can you explain the meaning of the verse? You cannot tempt anyone away from him except he who is to enter the hell. 37, 162, 163. The song, the devils cannot tempt anyone into delusion and wrongdoing. Already destined by Allah to be Khalid al-Hassan narrates from Hassan Basari. Khalid al-Hassan inquired about the verse for that he created them. Quran 11, 119. Hassan Basari replied, he created them for paradise and the others for hell. Abdul Dawood Anas said, Rasulullah often made the prayer, O Allah, transform my hearts, fix my heart, stable upon. And O Rasulullah, we believed in you and all your teachings. Do you still fear for us? He said, yes, because the hearts are in between the two fingers of Allah. He changes the shapes as he Muslims say all the hearts of every human being is like one single heart, and it is in between the two fingers of the law, the Rahman. Rahman. He changes it as he likes. Abdul Hurari, Hurari, Hurari. How you say it?
If you need a scholar, it don't matter.
Narrates. Rasulullah said, every person is born into the religion of fitra, natural disposition. Later on, he becomes a Christian. Polytheism, based on the religion of the spirit. Just like a newborn animal that is so complete and perfect. Do you ever see something different? Orion said, read the verse. So direct your face towards the fitra of Allah, upon which He has created all things. Quran 38. The tall man in paradise is Abraham. The children around him are the children who have died upon the religion of Islam. One of the Muslims asks, O Rasulullah, are the children of the Prophet included among them? Rasulullah said, yes, the children of the polytheists are included too. Abdul Abdul stated, they asked Rasulullah about the state of the children of the polytheists in the hereafter. Whereupon he said, Allah knows best how they would have turned out had they not died for sure. I should marry a little child died, and I said, how happy for him. He is now a sparrow amongst the sparrows of paradise. Rasulullah said, do you not know that Allah created both the paradise and the hell? Just as he created some for the former, he also created some for the latter. According to another narration, he said, Allah created some people for paradise. They were still in the style of their father for hell, time for their father. Moses, Abdul, Dawood. I should narrate. I asked Rasulullah saw Allah Rasulullah, what is the state of the children of the believers in the hereafter who have died as children? They depend on their fathers, he said. How can that be when they have not lived to do anything? Allah knows the things that they would have done had they lived, he said. And what about the children of the unbelievers? Oh, Rasulullah. I asked. They too are dependent on their fathers, he asked. Without having done anything? Question mark, I asked. He said, Allah knows best what they have done had they lived. I do. Allah says, and never would we punish a community before we send them in my school. Quran. A Nasari. A man asks, O Rasulullah, where is my father? Question mark. Rasulullah said, your father is in here. After the man left, Rasulullah said, your father Abu B. Sakir narrates, Rasulullah saw was on a camel in the garden of the Najjar family, and suddenly the camel got frightened and ran away, nearly caused the Rasulullah to fall off. He then realized there were 4 or 6 graves in the garden. Rasulullah said, does anybody know who are buried? I know, said one of the men nearby. When did these people die? Asked They died as polytheists in the state of duality and Sufian. The Ummah, the Ummah people of Muhammad will be taken to account in their graves. If I knew you would not refrain from burying your deceased, I would pray to Allah to make you hear the sound of children coming from these graves, as I am hearing. To help the Muslims join Rasulullah in battle. Looking towards him, Rasulullah said, whoever wants to see a man in hell should look at this man. Upon this, one of us followed this wealthy man who fought fiercely against the enemies of Islam. Eventually, he was injured and to not endure the pain and died quickly. He positioned his sword, pointing towards his chest, and leaned on the sword with all his body until the sword pierced through his chest, and thus he committed suicide. The man who had followed him and saw this quickly ran back to Rasulullah and said, I witness that you are truly the Rasul of Allah. i.e., you said, whoever wants to see a man of hell should look at this man, while he was one of the biggest helpers of the Muslims. When you said this, I understood that he was not going to die in this state. He wanted to die quickly, and so he killed himself. Rasulullah said, indeed, one who is a person of paradise in the knowledge of Allah will do the things of the people of hell, and one who is a person of hell will do the things of the people of paradise. Counts is the things that they do at the end of their life, the state in which they die. Abdullah B. Amir narrates, Rasulullah saw books in his hand and asked, do you know what these books are? We said, we do not know, Rasulullah, but if you tell us, we will learn. Referring to the book in his right hand, he said, this is a book written to the world of the world, the source of the infinite meanings of the name. It contains the names of the people of paradise and the names of their fathers and forefathers, tribes, and it explains the attributes of these people to be in. Then he said, from now to eternity, no other name will be added to this list, nor will anything be taken out of it. Upon this, the apostles asked, if this is a matter done and over then, what is the point of doing anything? Rasulullah said, for the people of paradise will eventuate their lives by doing the things the people of paradise do, while those of hell will end their lives doing the things the people of hell do. Then he moved his hand as though he was throwing something and asked, Allah has ordained and destined the fates of his servants. Some will go to heaven and some will go to hell. Abu Hurairah narrated, Rasulullah said, in a time when people are believers in the morning and unbelievers by night, or unbelievers in the morning and believers by night, and when religion is sold in return of a small worldly gain, and when provocation, fitna, is like the waves of a Gulf. Abu Hurairah married. Lost prefer good deeds over seven things, for either one of these are waiting. Poverty that strikes suddenly, that leads to outrageousness, and an alignment that afflicts your health. Old age that makes you talk absurdly, death that comes suddenly, the God job, Antichrist, or day, which is the most intense and difficult one of them all. Abu Hurairah married Rasulullah said, run to good deeds from six things: the sun rising from the west, the smoke, Antichrist, the beast, from a provocation that comes at death, or that prevents you from attending to others, or the doomsday. Allah said, fear me if you are of those who believe in it. Quran 3, 175. Abu Hurairah narrates, Rasulullah said, hell is filled by desiring in heaven by hardship to itself. Abu narrates, Rasulullah, Rasulullah said, heaven is closer to you than you think, and it is the same for hell. Abu Hurairah narrates, Rasulullah said, at the end of days, there will be men who prefer the world at the expense of their afterlife. They will cover themselves in sheepskins to seem mild. Their speech will be sweeter than sugar, but their heart will be as stiff as the hearts of wolves. In the reference to him, Allah says, do they think I am unaware? Are they scorning me? I swear by my might that I will send amongst them such a distraction that it will confuse them. Abu Hurairah, there is not one person who dies and does not. If he had done good deeds, he regrets not doing good. If he were a sinner, he regrets not repenting. Abu Hurairah, Rasulullah said, he who fears his enemy will travel through the night and reach his destination, finding comfort and safety. Be wary, Allah's asset is heaven. Abu Hurairah narrates, said, he who cries in fear of Allah will not enter hell until the milk goes back into the nipple from which it came out, i.e., never. The dust that has been scattered in Allah will never meet with the fire of hell. Hani narrates, when Uthman stood near a grave, he would cry until his beard was sunk. Someone once said, you do not weep when you hear about heaven and hell, but you cry in front of this grave. He replied, Rasulullah said, the grave is the first station of the afterlife. If one is able to pass this station, the rest of his journey will be easier. But if one cannot pass this station, the rest of his journey.
What them darn Europeans do. We don't know by now what them Europeans do. Right now, we ain't what we gonna know.
I have never encountered a scene more frightening than this. Abu Zar narrates, Rasulullah said, I see what you see not, and hear what you hear not. The sky groans and very, for there is not a four-fingered space in which an angel is not prostrating upon his forehead. I swear by Allah, if you had known what I know, if you had known what I know, you would have laughed less and cried more. Left seeking pleasure from your wives in bed and dashed in search of Allah's favor, rather than witnessing this. I would have liked to be a tree cut down and no longer exist. Allah says, he who places his trust will be sufficient for him. Quran 65. Abu Abbas narrates, Rasulullah said, 70 from my people will go to paradise unquestioned. These are those who don't seek prayer, those who do not believe in God, and those who place their trust in
Bad luck. Bad luck.
Omar narrates, Rasulullah said, as you fully place your trust in Allah, you have found your sustenance easily, like birds who fly out hungry in the morning and fly back to their nest full by night.
Go eat bird. Shout out to the bird.
Allah narrates, a man asked Rasulullah, O Rasulullah, shall I tie my camel first and trust in Allah, or shall I just trust in Allah without tying my camel? Rasulullah answered, tie Abdullah. Rasulullah said, he who is poverty stricken and seeks the help of people shall never find the help he seeks. He who is kind to Allah will attend to his needs sooner or later, or allow a quick death to save him from poverty. Of Nas buried, there were two brothers, one of them worked. Instead, he attended the meetings of Rasulullah while the other worked for a livelihood. When the brother who worked complained about the brother that didn't work, Rasulullah said to him, perhaps you are earning for the sake of your brother. Muwira wrote to Asha, please send me a letter with some short advice. Asha wrote to him, peace be to you. I had heard Rasulullah say, he who seeks the pleasure of Allah is oblivious of people's anger, i.e., he who seeks to work in a way that pleases Allah, Allah will protect him from the wrath of people. And he who seeks the pleasure of Allah despite it causing displeasure to Allah, Allah will abandon him to the people. Thereby, he will incur a loss in every deal. Strive for that which is beneficial to you. Seek help from Allah. Do not be weak and incapable. If something afflicts you, do not say, if only I had done this, it would have been different. But rather say, it is the ordainment of Allah, and Allah does. Allah said, there is not one or hell, whether he is unfortunate, is not already reported by Rasulullah, should we then trust in our faith and not do any deed? Rasulullah answered, he who is those unfortunate ones will be drawn into the deed of the fortunate one, while he who is the unfortunate one will be drawn to the deeds of the unfortunate one. Act for everyone is facilitated towards that for which he is destined. It is you who shapes, forms, colors, and you in the womb. It is who shapes you in the womb, forms, programs. Mother's womb. The names which compromise your essence. Allah created everything in darkness. Then shone upon it. He who took a share of this light became rightly guided, and he who were deprived of this light became permissible. And never will Allah fail to fulfill his promise. 3:9. Allah will not make a change to what he ordained in his predetermined knowledge in regards to the fortunate and unfortunate ones, not due to the actions of the recluse nor the reckless. Joseph, no reproach shall be uttered today against you. Allah will forgive you. for he is the most merciful of the merciful. Quran 12 to 92. In regards to this verse, Abu Osman said, a sinner should not be criticized for his sins. Joseph said to his brothers, how can I criticize you? Me going to prison was preordained in Allah's pre-eternal knowledge. He made the mistake of asking my inmate to mention me to his master when he was freed from prison. So how can I forget my own sin and criticize you instead? Thus, he makes it clear that these things pertain to faith.
We'll stop right there on that page. 88. Thank you. Thank you. You had a task on your hand. Oh, thank you so much. Give you a little break, a little breather. Oh, and still got more. It wasn't like 2 pages left on that. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so we don't rush. But could we see a difference between the Sufian and the Quran?
Oh yeah, you can see a lot.
And then these people, that's how the hadiths come.
Yeah.
When they saying, when you keep reading about narrate,
yeah,
these are writing in the hadith.
That's right. They've been studying the Quran and seeing that's why. Did you know all them brothers that came from over there across the water? They believe in that hadith more than they did the Quran.
Right. These are
because they're saying that way of the prophet, how he lived his life.
Mm-hmm. That was the Persians. Yeah. And that's what most people believe in. And that's what the hadiths are saying. See, so it pertains to faith. See, all the hadiths. Yeah. But most people don't know that. And so most people either go to the Quran or they go to hadith. And they use both of these as, you know, the Quran of Mecca.
And that's what they're studying from, because not one person that I went down to the seminary mentioned the word truth. Deal with them.
Muslims nor Christians.
That's right. They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know. And ain't nobody gonna know till you find out.
Yeah.
And you pretty much say the majority of the people are lost, because when you look at the Christian and you look at the Muslim, the Christian battling like hell and fighting and killing, and the Muslim fighting like hell and battling and killing. So both parties can't have the truth.
They both are wrong. They got the name right, Muslim and Christian, but the way is wrong.
Yeah.
It's only one way. It's always been called that since 16. If we in 2024 and we never heard of the name of the way, then we know we've been fooled for all these 2,000 plus years. That's why it's an honor and a duty to bring forth a community representing these holy and divine wisdom teachings and constitution. Our policy, in other words.
Yes. This is our
truth. Yeah. So we'll close with that. In the name of the divine creator, Allah Sufian.